My name's Quinn. I'm a 15-year-old beekeeper in Byron Bay, and in this documentary I'll be sharing to you on how bees are affected in this area with the floods, the fire, and the new diseases coming into Australia. I hope that at the end of this documentary people are more aware of what bees go through and how they can help bees. In the floods, my bees got wiped out, and it was very tough because I didn't really know if I wanted to continue beekeeping, because I put a lot of effort and hard work into those colonies. But luckily there was a lot of people in the community that were quite willing to help me start back up my colonies, and last year I had finally brought all my colonies up to proper strength again, and doubled as well. It should be here, then I'm going to put these filter on it, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go into the breed box, shake some bees into there, pop that on, give them a slow roll around. Varroa mite has came in contact with Australia before, but thankfully we've been able to push it out. But now varroa mite has come back into Australia, and it's just spreading like wildfire. And that's really worrying for me, because I don't want to put my bees in risk on checking on other people's bees, and that's my business. It's quite stressful because if varroa mite just hits here, what do I do? You know, do I lose my colonies, or is there a way to treat it? It's just it's like bee COVID. You know, everybody's waiting for a vaccine, but we don't know if it's the right way to go yet.
I think the effects of varroa, we've already felt it really hard for the people particularly who had to euthanise their bees and have them euthanised, even though the DPI came in and found no varroa in their hives. You know, it's here now, and we can learn to live with it in lots of different ways. And my way is honestly saying, I've got 20 hives. Whoever survives, that's who I will repopulate my bees from. I have been breeding some really powerful crossbreeds, a lot of genetic diversity in my apiary. I probably don't have, maybe I've got half of my hives might have 2 strains, but they have now crossed with each other, and then I've probably got another 5 or 6 strains of bees on my property that are crossing with all of these. So I'm trying to create genetic diversity in my apiary, so that when they come through, the ones that survive are the ones that have the natural tendencies to be able to deal with it. You know, there's organic honey, we were sort of talking about that. There's organic honey, but that could still be monoculture, you know, mass controlled enslaved bees being carted around the countryside to follow these nectar sources. And well, this nectar source is 10 k's from any town in the middle of the mountain and state forest, so we can call it organic, but it's really not bee friendly. And so, you know, this model we're looking at is creating this bee friendly honey that's giving the bees everything they need to just absolutely thrive. And that, I think that's the best way we can meet any threat, is just support the bees. They're working in such a harmonious way with each other that no bee goes without, that every bee feels like it's a part, and literally, scientifically speaking, is just a cell of a bigger organism. They're a part of a wholeness, a unity, a oneness, but still retaining their own autonomy, individuality, their own characters, their own personalities. Bees play for fun. They actually will play with balls if you give them balls to play with. There's nothing beneficial for them in it other than to have fun. So they really have this individual sentience and this collective sentience. And I feel like the bees are like that's how we can be together, you know. And that's one of the most beautiful things that they're really teaching us, is that we've all got something really precious to offer each other, and it takes all of us to make up everyone, you know, and that's it.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. That's really good. After my time with Willow, I walked away feeling quite hopeful, and knowing that there are people out there like Willow that are thinking about working with the bees and not trying to control them and eradicate anything that's different and we don't know how to handle. We've got to have faith in the bees, knowing that they know what to do and knowing that they can handle this if we let them, and just taking the healthy option and the clean option, and not to use chemicals and just let nature run its path.